So on this show, we jump at the chance to learn from influential and inspirational women. And that was the idea. That was at the heart behind our Take 5 series. Once a month, we invite a well-known woman to answer 5 viewer-submitted questions on the spot. These are the kind of questions you would ask a good girlfriend to maybe get to know her on a deeper, more personal level. And our featured Take 5 guest this month is a woman with real depth. Amanda Dickson co-hosts Utah's #1 rated morning show, Utah Morning News on KSL NewsRadio. She also hosts the award-winning program A Woman's View, heard Sunday mornings on KSL. She's a speaker, an author, a substitute teacher, and a mom. The list goes on. She really can do it all, and she does it all with a smile on her face, which we love her for that. I'm so excited to have Amanda in our Take 5 seat. We go way back, sister. You've been a great friend and a mentor of mine for so many years here.
I just feel like I see you all the time, but I don't see you in person very often, so this is a treat for me.
It's a treat for us. And one thing that is very clear about you, Amanda, that I think even someone who is meeting you for the first time would soak up in seconds is that you are passionate. You have a passion for life, which I love about you. Is that an innate strength and gift, or is that something you have to work at?
You know, now that I've been on the radio for over 30 years, I do have to work at it a little bit. That I realize that my greatest challenge is how do I keep it exciting? How do I keep it fresh? Because I've said traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 9s 50,000 times. How do you...
Never gets old to us, but to you.
But I think about the listeners, because I think every day there's someone different, someone who might need a smile or need to feel like they're not alone, or who is stressed out. Can I somehow connect with that person and be of service to them?
That's a beautiful way to look at it. And you think of 30 years reaching through those airwaves to be part of people's mornings. That's amazing.
It's crazy.
And your life has evolved and transitioned over those few decades. What's one word you would use right now, Amanda, to describe this season of your life?
Oh, it's the best.
The best. It's 2, but I'll allow it.
Okay, I'm going to turn 60 next year. My 50s were the best decade of my life.
I love that.
Hands down.
Because why? Because
I don't worry about stuff. If my children are happy, I am happy. I don't need anything. I'm not as insecure as I was. I look back at the girl in her 20s and even 30s, maybe even 40s, who needed approval from people who just don't matter. And I think, that poor girl.
Well, and you probably didn't feel that in the moment. Isn't that interesting?
I just felt sad in the moment.
Yeah, okay.
And afraid.
Sure.
In the moment.
Sure. But hindsight is a gift, isn't it? To look back and say, look at that girl and how far she's come.
I wish some woman had told me you were going to love your 50s and 60s more than anything else.
So glad
I wouldn't have
to
dreaded it like, I'm getting older. It's the best, bro.
Yes.
You're going to love it.
We'll celebrate that. I'm glad to have you in my ear. All right, this jar is filled with viewer-submitted questions.
Okay.
We're going to have you dip in.
Okay.
This takes bravery, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Here, I get to read.
Okay, you read.
And then I just get to listen and learn. Ooh, I like this question. What is your love language? So I'll give you the 5. They provided the 5.
Okay.
Physical touch, words of affirmation, gift giving, quality time. We're missing one. That's only 4. We thought they were doing us a favor. But do you know your love language?
I want it to be all of those.
Touch, words of affirmation, gift giving, quality time, service, I think is the 5th one. Acts of service.
Okay, I guess at home it's touch. Here it's words of affirmation. You know, back in the day, we used to hug more at work, but, you know, a decade or so ago, whenever it was, that's just not okay now, and I get that and I respect that.
Yeah.
But I used to be a hugger of everyone I met, and then, of course, COVID came along, can't hug people anymore.
Right.
But at home, it's touch. I still, even with my teenage boys, I'm still...
Cuddly.
Come on in here.
Come to mama.
Yeah.
But words of affirmation, too.
Words of affirmation.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
All right, question 2. That was a good one.
That
was a good table setter. What do you wish you had more time to do?
I wish I had more time to just do nothing with my children.
Just be.
Just be. I don't care if we're watching Netflix or just, you know, they're watching something on their phone or we're playing video games, or it's just they're in that super busy time of their high school lives. And then my older ones, of course, I don't see as much. But I miss having more time with them.
You hear mom say that a lot, too, around like holiday time when the house is full and the kids are home and everyone can just be and not have to go somewhere or serve someone or do anything.
When I'm in the room with those boys, I'm happy.
I love that.
Unless they're fighting.
Unless they're fighting, in which case we leave. We leave the room.
That's right.
And come back later with a hug. Whoops, I dropped it. Here we go. When in your life, ooh, I love this question. When in your life have you felt the most powerful?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Ooh.
The most powerful.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll tell you what popped into my mind
What?
because I don't know what else to say.
Yes.
I got to host the pre-show for the closing ceremonies of the 2002 Olympics.
Oh, please tell us about that.
I walked out on that circle. There were circles all over. And my partner, Grant, had gotten sick, so I had to do it alone. So I walk out on that circle to teach the audience how to use their props during the televised portion. When they say this, wave the Torino flag. And I was terrified, but it was so beautiful. And a guy came out and said, stretch.
Oh, no.
Stretch.
Oh, no.
So I said, it's a beautiful night. The snow is coming down. Isn't it exciting to be? And I just, and I felt so alive that I wasn't terrified, that I could talk even without my partner there.
Are you someone who, because you carry such a beautiful energy, are you someone who soaks up the energy in the room?
I love speaking to groups. I love speaking even to large groups because I feel that. I feel that connection. It's nice when they're in person, Brooke, because like in your medium and in mine, I can't see them.
Right.
I believe they're there, but I can't see them.
And as we talk about that word power, which I think could easily translate to responsibility, you carry a journalistic responsibility every morning. Do you feel the weight of that, especially now as news is maybe heavier than it felt like it was in the past?
Yes, to all of the above. And this week when we saw that settlement between Fox News and the Dominion company, it reminds me even more, you cannot share information, even if it comes out of somebody else's mouth, without having faith in the veracity of that information. That's our responsibility too.
That's an important topic. Look, hold on. We're going to go to commercial break. Is that okay?
Yes.
We're having so much fun. I want to empty this jar with you, sister. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
We've got 2 more.
Yes, ma'am.
When we come back with Amanda Dickson taking our final 2 Take 5 questions. So much fun. We'll be right back. Great girl talk happening today with Amanda Dickson, host of Utah's #1 rated morning show, Utah Morning News on KSL Radio. She is our featured Take 5 guest this month, and we've got 2 more viewer submitted questions.
This is so much fun. I enjoy this.
We had someone after we launched this series say, so it's kind of like a beauty pageant. We're like, no. This is
definitely not.
Please no. This is just dig deep and chat, girl to girl. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, retired.
Well, that was easy.
No, okay. From radio.
Okay.
I think it would be my time to step off the stage.
Does that make you sad?
Oh, I have loved being a part of people's lives.
Yeah.
But when I turn 65, I will want to spend more time with my husband.
Yeah.
And my kids, if they have time for me. I might keep teaching a little bit. I love teaching, Brooke. Right now, it's just a side thing I do. But after 65, if anybody wanted me to still teach, I might share some of my spirit that way. But I will look forward to not getting up at 2:30 for the first time in 35 years. Yeah.
I mean, let's just have a moment for that, of reverence and respect and everything that comes with that. You've been subbing, though, speaking of teaching. You've been in our communities, in our classrooms. What's been the biggest takeaway from that experience?
This has been such an eye-opener, Brooke. I've been in elementary and middle and high schools. They're all very different. I've had great classes and I've had scary classes. I am shocked by the kids in elementary school some of them who don't have respect for their teachers, and it makes me sad. I mean, I remember at that age, I was terrified. You had to do what was, no one, even the worst kids did not. And
especially when a sub came in, you were on your very best.
Now I'll have kids who just say, no.
Really?
No. No, I'm not gonna. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, they just are confident that nothing bad is gonna happen to them. And so I have to move along. I can't focus on that kid. You have to focus on the other kids. But I see the challenge that teachers face every day. I mean, I give them back. I'm like a grandparent. I give them back at the end of the day.
3 o'clock goodbye.
But they have it every day.
It's alarming, isn't it?
It's a little scary.
To consider that disrespect. Yeah. One more, sister.
Okay, one more.
Make it a good one. Make it a good one. How important is spirituality to you?
Oh, so important. What comes to my mind when you ask me that is years ago I got this letter from a listener who said, I live in Orem, Amanda, I have cancer. I wake up in so much pain every day. The sound of your voice is the only thing that gets me out of bed. Please don't go on vacation. She was funny about it.
Yeah.
But after that day, and this was like the year 1995, I started saying a little prayer before I go on the air in the morning. Please let me say something that is of comfort. to someone. Because you can't go on the air and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. They'd fire you. That's not what you're there for. You're there to read news. But could there be something in my tone, in something that gives comfort? That is my constant prayer. Let me be of service. Because like you said, service is a love language.
It is.
And it has healed me, Brooke, many, many times.
Well, that says everything about who you are and the heart and the spirit you pour into your profession and your personal life, too. I know, Amanda, we've learned from you. We've gleaned from you. We love you. Thank you so much.
I love you back, Brooke.
Amanda Dickson, everybody. She gets up at 2:30 for our listening pleasure. We can catch her every morning on KSL News Radio. I love listening to you on the way in. Thank you for doing this.
Brooke, oh, it's so much fun.